Welcome to episode 8 of FTB Infinity Evolved Expert Mode. I have an apple tree now. Yeah, just an apple and a sapling will make you one of these trees. Well, the sapling anyway. And you can get some apples for that. And just a brief reminder, if you use a juicer, which is just a piece of stone and pressure plates, then you'll get lots and lots of juice. I'm using carrot juice, which is pretty good. Just following on from last episode. I think I'm pretty much going forward. I want to do some tips at the start of the episode, maybe some feedback on previous comments. So if you don't comment, feel free to down below, as well as do some, tool improvements and stuff like that at the start. Later, then I can do the bigger build parts of the episode, so I'll do that on the second half. So, you can skip forward, obviously, or just watch the whole thing. So, a few tips and tools I wanted to get out of the way first. My inventory's starting to build up with various stuff, and I'm leaving stuff behind when I don't always want to, so it's probably good that we start looking for some kind of container. And I have no armor. But that's another one we should probably get to. So let's start out with a golden bag of holding. If it is in this pack, it is. Is it a ridiculous recipe? It isn't. So let's get that out of the way. That's going to be 11 gold. I'm going to need to go mining again soon. A diamond. What's the other recipe bits? Chest and 4 wool. And I think I have wool because I went hunting sheep for some reason. Where are you? Yeah, 4 wool. And a chest. I do actually have enough planks hanging around this time. Ooh, one thing by the way. I didn't mention it, but once you have a lumber axe, and I do, kind of, it might be worth you knocking anything like this down. Because I use those to stop trees from growing too large, but once you have a lumber axe, you want the large trees because they're your primary source of material. So, yeah, I want all of this. And obviously, when you're making your lumber axe, I do put quite a lot of durability on it if you can, so obsidian or something like that, just so it lasts long enough. If you're out, just deforesting entire zones, which is what I was doing. Where was I? Yes, golden bag of holding. Let's go and create that, shall we? Oh, and this is running now, by the way. There's 9 soul sand in there. For each block of... Oh, I've used them all. For each block of cold coke, I worked it out. It was something like between 8 and 9 seconds, 8.6 something, I think. Because there's 3 of these, it was actually 3 times that, but I obviously had 3, so I divided by 3 to get 8.6 odd. So 9 minutes would be fine. So it starts up and then drops 1 every 9 minutes, and 27 minutes later, all of them are in use and it's still dropping. So yeah, well, that should be fine. I think that math's right. I've not looked at it while it's doing it because it's working just fine. Are they? Ah, weeds. I'm trying to get sugarcane. So let's build this golden bag of holding, shall we? Or I'll assemble it slowly and manually. Depending on what Minecraft wants me to do. Oh. Ha. Yeah, that's why. I forgot to make a block of gold. And that should work. So yeah, now you probably all have used these before, but you can just dump everything that isn't urgent and important into here. Not carrots, perhaps. If you urgently need carrots, then okay. And dump some more stuff in here and get rid of the rest. Yeah, so that's that out of the way. Where was I? Yeah, so I've got a golden bag of holding now. It's okay, but it's not the best version. The best version of this is the upgraded version down here. And to do that, I need 2 pieces of magical wood. And that adds reincarnating 1. Reincarnating 1 means that when you die, this bag is coming with you, which is just what you want. If you've bagged everything up so that you can have it with your inventory all the time, you don't want to die and lose it, like to a hungry node, which would destroy everything. So I do need to create some magical wood, which is yet more gold. That's why I'm probably going to need to do more gold mining. I think I'm out now, am I? 7, one short, of course I am. But also enchanted books, and I have enough books to do this. I just need 2 pieces of this. Only 1 level of enchanting should be fine for the books. I'm just going to need some more gold, I think, so I will do that off camera when I cut through things later in the episode. Before I move there though, if I just have a look up here, I did want to mention, this wasn't something that was provided in feedback, but I do my obsidian via a block breaker, as I've shown earlier in the episode, but there is another way to do it. And what you do is you put 2 smeltery drains that the holes are pointing upwards, so you'll basically build a column and then plant on the top of the block to make the hole point upwards, and then put these portable tanks on top. Now if I just then yeah, I've hidden away the bucket. If I take the bucket and let's just grab some lava and put it in one, and let's grab some water and put it in the other, you can just grab something like a crescent hammer. You don't necessarily need to do this last, but you can leave them on output. They're on input mode at the moment, so they're holding content. So you could fill those up with 8,000 millibucks of each and then just convert them all at once. But if you right click both, they'll combine in the smeltery, leaving molten obsidian, 2 ingots, which you can go this way and get ingots out, or you can just right click on the drain, watch it fill up, and obsidian. I did one earlier, there's 2 in there now. But that is an easy and less messy way of getting obsidian early in the game. You can do that right away. I wasn't using tanks early enough with the smeltery itself, so you know I've added these in later. So hopefully that's a good tip for you guys who are following along and are just starting to build a smeltery. More tools. Did we have more tools? I wanted armor. And I was thinking of, you know, because we are partway through IC2, Industrial Craft 2 over there, I wanted to maybe make the Industrial Craft 2 armors. And that ends up with, I think it's quantum armor. Yeah, there we go. The quantum armor, how to put this? Iridium is not exactly the easiest thing in the world to get. Iridium ore, which... yeah, that isn't happening anytime soon. And advanced alloy, that's less troubling. Lapotron crystal requires this, which you remember right, is something like 4 diamonds, dust. Yeah, so most of the recipe isn't all that bad. Oh, it needs dendrite. Okay. And that's not too bad. Yeah, so most of it is this iridium, and you don't tend to have the iridium around for quite some time. Similarly, the electric jetpack. I guess I could make that. Oh, it's back to the advanced circuit again. Yeah, never mind. But before the quantum armor is the nanosuit armor. And this still requires, you know, the crushed diamond dust. You can do it through grindstone or macerator. Pulverizer I'm not going to have, so it's going to have to be the macerator. So that's a useful thing to have. If I go back, you also require these carbon plates, and they're made of carbon mesh in the compressor, which I have one of those, which is just shape of the crafting, coal dust, which is, where are you, smelting, no, macerator again from coal. So, yes, it's possible to make these. And more importantly, that they are pretty good at protecting you. Durability 27 there. You need to charge them up, if I remember rightly. But the boots are equivalent to longfall boots. But it's kind of a matching armor. So what I'm going to do is, I don't have enough coal for it right yet, but I can get some protection from longfall, I think, by making longfall boots. I just need 2 of those for longfall boots, so that should be straightforward. This is from the portal gun mod. So if we grab those couple of obsidian that I made, some blocks of iron. Let's just convert that back and get 4 diamonds. We should have enough to make long fall boots. Let's see how this works. There we go, and just 2 of these. And they have pretty terrible protection, I think. Yup. But I should get protection if I'm falling, and I don't think they have step up though, do they? No, they don't have step up. That would be far too cheap for step up in this pack, or rather this version of the pack. So I'll have those, and I'll probably craft in the coal. All I need to do with the coal, and this is something that you probably do as well, is oh, I need a macerator. Am I going to do that later in the episode? Let's see. Requires crushed obsidian, which requires the rock crusher. Yeah, I will do that a little bit later. Is there any more tips and things I had for you all while I'm thinking on? I don't think it is. I think it is time to get to the build section. Yeah, so let's get on with that. I'm just going to sleep through the night, and I'll see you in a minute. Oh yeah, there was one more tool I wanted to make, and it's not so much a tool as a utility. I need a few apples. 3 is usually enough, and yes, I've got some. So just an apple and a cobblestone gets me a devnil, and I want more than 1. I'll take 3. And the devnil, when I remember how to actually use the damn thing. There we go. Basically, we'll store, like a void chest, we'll store items until full, until 1 stack, and then it will just void the rest, so it doesn't fill your inventory with cobble every time you start to using one of these bronze hammers. By the way, you may have noticed I just changed resolution slightly, so the user interface has changed. That's just me forgetting to go full screen at the start of the episode, I think. So I can do the same thing with earth. Drop 1 in. And if I pick earth up, then it should get picked up by my devnil, which it has. So yeah, the same thing usually for gravel, because that tends to be the other thing I encounter while mining. The sand as well, but only if you're in an ocean zone or something like that. So yeah, they're very good to keep handy. Now, on to the actual build section of the episode. Rock, I've just dug back here and dug down a little bit. Into the devnil you go. And I think I'm going to put the rock crusher back here somewhere. Maybe here, something like that. So let's go and make that, shall we? Actually, I did make more gold. Let's see if I've got enough to make what I wanted as well with that. So let's start with the rock crusher. Why do we make that? Rush Crooker, maybe. Rock crusher. And we're going to need to make 12 blocks of it, which is 3 lots of this. So basically 3 lots of 4 diamonds, that's 12 diamonds, and 3 blocks of steel. So blocks of steel we can probably manage. How many blocks will this get us? 6 blocks of steel. You will do. I'll just take 3 of those and convert the rest back. In you go. 12 diamonds. Painful, but survivable at this point. Particularly if you're starting to build up the look on your tools. That's not so great, but the pick is getting a bit better. I've not gone lapis hunting specifically, but that's what you should probably do. I haven't made an excavator yet either. I should probably do one of those. That helps as much as the hammer when mining. When you hit earth or gravel or sand, it will deal with those as fast as the hammer does. And it looks like 12 pistons I'm going to need as well. So 12. I'm probably going to need a lot of wood now. 12 of you. I've already got more than that in iron. Cobblestone's not going to be a problem, but I'm going to need 36 wood. Ooh, close. There we go. Hey, I already had 36 in there. Oh well, coincidence. Alright, so let's get making the pistons, shall we? when I grab a stack of you. That's gone into the devnol. Yeah. That can be a little bit annoying. Let me just put that away for a second. Right, so let's just put those in and let's get this made. 12 pistons. 12 rock crusher blocks, and let's just get my devnol back. Gimme. There we go. So we can just then drop this in place. Where do I want the power connection? Probably coming from up there. Is this going to break through the roof? Hopefully not. Hi, spider. Oh, I thought that was a mini heart. Oh, a mini heart would have been great. Yeah. So maybe I'm getting too big for this this base. Yeah, so if I bring it down here, let's just dig this out a little bit this way. Oh, I can't interrupt that, so I'm going to start here. That should do. Yeah, rock crusher. Now I've got to just connect the power up with cobblestone kinesis pipes. Not sure how many of these I actually have left. None, it looks like. Stone fluid pipes. Wooden kinesis pipes will not do. We need cobblestone kinesis pipes, so that should be straightforward. I think it's just glass, is it? Cobblestone kinesis. Cobblestone transport pipe. It is, yeah, it's just glass, and that probably won't do. I've got 2 left. I'm sure that could be enough, hopefully. Let's just put this in place. Can I get them back out without placing them? That's really annoying if not. I'll just have to get them in that way. That should work. 1, 2. And then I need a 1/4 stack of these. With these to get cobblestone kinesis pipes. And let's flip you on. They'll start moving, but really slowly. 1, 2, 3. That's going to go out into the open as well. Oh well, was my shovel. Yeah, more tulips I do not need. There we go. That'll enclose it. And there we go. So the rock crusher is building up RF. This is a railcraft block, so I'm going to need to cook up some more obsidian. So let's get a few of this going. 1, 2. Let's just get 4 for now. It is just going straight into the smeltery. Let's get the last bit of gold out there. I'll do the same thing for water. In fact, if you're going to leave them in output mode, you only really need the one tank up there just to take the lava and the water. That's not too much trouble either way. Up to you entirely, of course. It'd be nice if there's some kind of alternate version of this. Oh, am I run out? Why have I run out? Okay, still working. Oh, because it's combining this, that's why. Yeah. Never mind. Solution is obvious. There we go, and the rest is all obsidian. So this should make up to 4 obsidian. And how... oh, they're all out of power. I'm not going to use blocks in them. It's too much for what I want these for. So let's just put 5 in. And they'll start to power up. will get something to distribute the power a little bit better in these, or the coal in a little bit better in these soon. In fact, these engines are not going to be lasting for much longer, unfortunately. But these should start heating up now. Yeah, there they go. So I will be able to use the rock crusher and some obsidian, handily provided by this. If I just put them in, this should begin working, although it's going to be slow until the whole of this starts to power up. There it is. It's going to be really, really slow. There it goes. Yeah, that's really, really slow. So yeah, I will wait for that off camera, I think. There's no point waiting for that now. So that is the rock crusher. With that, we can then make the macerator, because we get the crushed obsidian. These are the same components we've seen in previous episodes, so that is fine. And we should get 25% of obsidian dusters out of this as well. All very good. Simultaneously, however, the rock crusher will crush cobblestone to gravel, gravel to sand. So if you're ever short of any of those, once you have one of these, as long as you've got engines going, which is why I need to replace these at some point soon, you should have enough to actually get a cobble gen going, at least an early not cobble gen, cobble works going, which is great. So I'm going to leave that off camera while I do that. Is there anything else on camera I wanted to do? Ah, yes. Thaumcraft. Again, I should probably cover this at the start of the episode, unfortunately, but we've got this going. You'll see now I've got the aspects scanned. Once I combined the two aspects last episode into Victus, I went out and scanned pretty much everything else I could to get the rest of the elements, and I've got pretty much all of them. The only ones I'm missing is ice and snow, and that's the same aspect, by the way, and I think tainted goo, because I haven't found a tainted area yet. All the others, including I think the forbidden magic ones, have been done. That's Ira. That's not a normal Thaumcraft one. There's one here as well, the Cydia. And I haven't used forbidden magic before, so I will have to look at those. However, I did mention that before I switch this to easy mode, because I'm not going to go through these puzzles every single playthrough, unfortunately. I solved most of this. The way it works is to get, you have to bridge from the 3 points with a glow, in this case 3, but there can be lots more in a normal puzzle. And you have to bridge the points across the board. Any kind of connection between them is fine. You'll see all of these are connected, but not these yet. And to bridge, if you want to go from Census, which is this one, you can either use an item next to it that Census is an ingredient of, or in this case, the other way around, that you can use an ingredient of Census. So we go to Census to air. Again, now air is part of Lux. It's going the other way, if you like. That's going down 1. This is one going up 1 in terms of complexity. Then back down 1, and then back up 1 into Aurum. So all we need to do here is drag an air to here, and we get Goggles of Revealing, which are one of the good early things to get. If you right-click it, you can then go to your Thaumonomicon, and you should be able to see the recipe for it. It's in Artifice. There we go. And it's been changed by T Fox. I'm going to hate this guy by the end of this playthrough. Impregnated leather. Okay. Pray tell, what is impregnated leather? It's normally normal leather, that recipe, by the way. It requires witch. How am I going to do witchery when I need Thaumcraft to get witchery? What are you doing? You need the witch's oven, don't you, to start witchery? And that needs Thaumcraft stuff. And to get the wood ash, I can get wood ash, but that gets combined in a witch's oven to get me the whiff of magic. Right. So the whiff of magic comes out of a witch's oven. A witch's oven needs Thaumcraft to make these pieces. and the whiff of magic is used to get impregnated leather that I need to make goggles of revealing. That's crazy. Am I really missing something there? I really hope I'm not. That's crazy. So you can't get goggles of revealing until you've already got to... well, the arcane stone is fine, but it's the alchemy section of this, which is... It's over here somewhere that you need to do the research for. Okay, that's crazy. If anyone's watching this thinking you're missing something obvious, you fool, feel free to fill in a comment. Again, you know, feel free to say, hey, fool, and your best imitation of Mr. T, and I'll get an apple, and let me know what's going wrong. It could just be that, yeah, they're making sure that you really aren't going to be able to see any nodes very easily. You literally, without the goggles of revealing, all you have to do, by the way, you're going to have to wander around with this out, pointing and looking for nodes. It works. That was just for certain. It's just really annoying to do that. And then what you have to then do is switch to the wand and right-click to pull in aspects from the node, which again works, but you can't see both the node and when you're drawing in at the same time. That's kind of annoying. You obviously have to start like normally in the Thorncraft, but not to have to then advance before you can even get one of the most basic, the basic things you can get. So yeah, I will have a look into it in between the episodes, but I'm assuming that is just another point of pain that we're going to have to just keep using the thermometer. And it sounds like they are pumping. Yep, they're getting up towards... They stop around about here, and the water, there's enough water to keep powering them. Crushed obsidian. Okay, so that is processed. Let's see if this is any faster now. Let's put a couple through and see how fast this would work for... Oh, that's not too... Well, that's not too bad when it's got a huge buffer. Yeah, and I get some obsidian dust as well. But once the buffer's dead... it's still okay. I wonder if this uses different amounts of power for, let's say, cobble as it would do. In fact, I've got some cobble in my inventory. Let's see if it's faster with one of these than it is with obsidian. You'd expect that, but you never know with mods. Nearly done. In fact, I don't think these are pumping at the full rate yet, so they could be a bit faster. So that should build up, and let's see if this does it any faster. Nope, it's pretty much the same rate. Okay, so it's probably using the same amount, which is, yeah, we can cope. So, Macerator, then, after hating Thorncraft with a passion, or hating the Witcher requirement with a passion, Macerator. So we need a basic machine casing and electronic circuits. Electronic circuit is straightforward. Basic machine casing should also be straightforward, requiring one of these and some plates. Iron plates is straightforward with the forge hammer, which I will use as that's just faster. I needed 10, didn't I? So let's just 9, 10, I think. That should be about right. Let's put you back. You can use this machine, by the way, that one, if you want to. But a lot of the times the forge hammer is much faster. So yeah, that's the machine. Oh, I actually needed 9, not 10. Basic machine casing, electronic circuit. I'm just going to need some. Copper cable. Am I out of copper cable? Oh well, let's just tell it to make lots. Extruding, yes please. And rubber, do I have any rubber? Hopefully I do. Yeah, I have most of a stack, so that should be straightforward. A couple of cobble. And a couple of redstone, looks like. 6. That's all I need, at least for this requirement. So let's make one of you. And now a macerator. And we can put a hole through here. I'm going to need another piece of copper for this. One more. And macerator. Great. So the macerator is another important machine in IC2. Will do things like it will shred wool down into string and all kinds of other stuff like that. It will become essential as we go forward. One of the initial uses was, I think, that nano suit that we looked at earlier, nano armor. Whoops, that's the advanced one. I want the normal one. We need to... that's polarizer. I'm not going to get into that just yet. Come on, come round. There we go. So we take coal and we convert it into coal dust. We combine 4 of those to make raw carbon fiber, 2 of those to make raw carbon mesh. We then compress that to get carbon plate, and we need 7 of them. Then we need to get diamond dust, which we do again through the macerator with diamonds, and some redstone. That makes it into 9 energium dust, which we then compress and get an energy crystal. As you might imagine, I'm not going to make you watch that on camera, because that is, to do all of the armor pieces, I think it's about 2.5 stacks of coal you're going to need, and I've only got about 1.5 stacks. So I'm going to go and get that from my mine. Alright, so I've been mining and I've got more materials. I have ground down 16 diamonds to my extreme pain, and let's just make a few of these things we need. An energium dust, and I think that's in the compressor. Yeah, it's in the compressor. And we're going to make 4 of these gems, these ones, energy crystals. There is a complication, however. I will start off by making this one on camera. The chest plate and the nanosuit leggings are more of the same. Shouldn't require any more effort. So, I'm not going to show you those on camera. However, the helmet, well, it requires night vision goggles, presumably because it gives you night vision. Okay. So again, this requires some various, and that requires signalum and wow. Okay. In fact, signalum, can I get to that? Molten signalum. Destabilized redstone, molten copper, and molten silver. I probably could. I'm probably going to do that at the start of next episode, because there's a fair few steps into it. I'm getting close to the half-hour mark, so I don't want to overrun the episode too long. It is all technically doable. It's just going to require a bit of crafting, so I'll probably do that on the next episode. But I will start with these boots. And why aren't you? Ah, you have worked. Okay, there we go. Energy crystal. Yeah, that's fine. Do we have enough of the other components yet? Let's give this a go. 2 more. 3 more even. Make 1 of those, and if I just nab those out of here for now, drop that back in, and that should make another carbon plate for us while things are going on. Have you really not grown me? Ah, still got weeds. Annoying. Lots of iron though. I really should make another one of those hourglasses. Very useful. You're done. Okay, so we can get our boots. So I'm going to get the recipe right. Nearly. Okay, now here's where I find out whether I need to go up a level in power or not. We do have a slot for the long fall boots. Although why they've automatic? Do they just go? Yeah, they seem to just go straight into there. I wonder if this charges this or if it needs the next power level up. I think it may need the next power level up, to be honest. Yeah, so we're probably not going to be able to charge them just yet, but we've got them available. So I'm just going to put those in my manufactured area. Unless, of course, it doesn't provide enough power for it to be seen on this because it's not of 1 million EU. So, yeah, I'll leave them in the back box, actually, and just see for a while whether that actually does anything. If not, the next tier up of the back box, I think, is the MFE. And all of that is stuff that we've done. I've not seen a gold cable yet, but that's very similar. It's 2 rubber and 1 gold cable. Make it exactly the same way as the copper. This means yet another 16 diamonds for 1 MFE, which is fine. You know, diamonds are semi-regular now, especially if you get luck. And then a basic machine casing. So if I need to, I will upgrade that back box to the next tier to be able to charge my items. Yeah, it's still not moving. And that's going to be fine for me. I don't mind doing that. We'll probably do that next episode after I do a bit of experimenting off camera. Do be aware, though, that you need to use this wrench to move machines. And to be honest, that's not a great item because what we really want is the electric wrench. Small power units. That is a regular RE battery item casing, coil. Yeah, I can do all of this. I will make one of these off camera and I will show you again next episode. All that you can do with this, however, you can put it into a special mode that's normal mode, but you can put it into lossless mode. That uses up a huge amount of its actual reserves of power, but you don't have a chance for these machines to break. Even with this, you do. Even if you're using the proper tool, you do have a chance to break them. So electric wrench and, similarly electric tree tap for outside is very useful to have in the IC2 tool belt. Oh, is there a tool belt available? I wonder. Well, I want an actual tool belt. Here I was hoping for an actual tool belt. Never mind, the gold mag folding will do. I will build some kind of enchanting thing between the episodes, and I'll probably show you as part of the tips from next episode, just the crafting of the enchantment on that, so that everything is level 36, so that everything is soulbound. So that's great. This is pretty much the end of episode 8. If you've enjoyed the episode, feel free to like and subscribe, share with other people, and leave a comment below to ask me any questions of anything you've seen on this episode. I do like that machine. I kind of like the multi-blocks. So, thank you for watching, and we will see you next episode. Thanks for watching.